The Eastern Front, 1943, a vast battlefield stretching from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea. Here, three titans of war collide: the Red Army's artillery, the US Navy's warships, and the Wehrmacht's panzer divisions. A hypothetical clash of ideologies and military might. The Red Army, masters of artillery warfare. Their guns, numerous and powerful, capable of raining down a storm of steel and explosives. The Katyusha rocket launcher, a fearsome weapon, earning the nickname Stalin's organ from terrified German soldiers. The US Navy, a force to be reckoned with on the high seas. Battleships and cruisers, armed with heavy guns and protected by thick armor. Their objective, to lend support with long-range bombardment, a crucial factor in this hypothetical battle. The Wehrmacht, famed for its panzer divisions. Tanks like the Tiger and Panther, symbols of German engineering and firepower. Their crews, experienced and ruthless, eager to prove their mettle against the combined might of their enemies. This is a battle that never happened, a clash of titans imagined. Yet, it serves to illustrate the strengths and weaknesses of three of World War II's most formidable military forces. Soviet artillery, strength in numbers, weakness in accuracy and mobility. Their barrages, awe-inspiring in scale, often less effective than hoped. German tanks, constantly on the move, proving difficult targets. American ships, long-range firepower, a significant advantage. Their guns, able to strike from afar, disrupting enemy movements and providing crucial support to ground troops. Their weakness, vulnerability to air attacks and coastal defenses. German tanks, mobility and firepower, their trump cards, able to exploit breakthroughs and wreak havoc behind enemy lines. However, vulnerable to flanking attacks and air power. Their reliance on fuel, a potential Achilles heel. Each force, a double-edged sword. Their strengths, capable of turning the tide of battle. Their weaknesses, exploitable by a cunning enemy. The Red Army, relying on overwhelming firepower. Their artillery, tasked with softening enemy defenses and disrupting German counterattacks. Infantry, following close behind, seeking to overrun German positions. The US Navy, using their long-range guns to support the Red Army's advance. Targeting German tank concentrations and supply lines, their aim to cripple the Wehrmacht's ability to wage war. The Wehrmacht, employing mobile warfare. Their tanks, organized into panzer wedges, seeking to outmaneuver and encircle Soviet forces. Luftwaffe support, crucial for disrupting enemy artillery and naval bombardment. Three different strategies, each with its own merits and risks. The outcome of this hypothetical battle hinging on the ability of each side to exploit their strengths and mitigate their weaknesses. Section 4. A cauldron of steel and fire. The air crackles with tension. The ground trembles under the weight of thousands of tons of machinery. The battle begins. Soviet artillery opens fire, a deafening barrage that turns the sky into a canvas of fire and smoke. German tanks advance, their guns roaring defiance. Shells from American warships scream overhead, seeking out targets miles inland. The earth explodes in showers of dirt, steel, and fire. A German tank formation, caught in the open by naval gunfire, is decimated. Twisted metal and burning bodies litter the battlefield, but the Germans fight back with ferocity, their tanks proving surprisingly resilient to the naval bombardment. Amidst the chaos, individual acts of heroism and sacrifice. A Soviet artillery crew fighting their gun until overrun by enemy tanks. An American sailor sacrificing himself to save his comrades from a direct hit. A German tank commander leading a desperate charge against overwhelming odds. Section 5. Aftermath. The hypothetical battle rages for days, a brutal and costly affair. Casualties on all sides are staggering. The landscape, scarred and broken, stands as a silent testament to the ferocity of the fighting. No clear victor emerges from this clash of titans. The Red Army, though suffering heavy losses, succeeds in slowing the German advance. The US Navy, despite its long reach, proves vulnerable to determined counterattacks. The Wehrmacht, though bloodied and depleted, demonstrates its resilience and fighting spirit. The hypothetical battle serves as a reminder of the brutal realities of war, where victory is often Pyrrhic, and the line between triumph and disaster is razor-thin. It underscores the importance of leadership, strategy, and morale in determining the outcome of conflicts.